Hello, today's daily reading comes from the book of the Apocrypha. We are reading from the book of Enoch, chapter 82, and it reads as follows. And now, my son Methuselah, all these things I am recounting to you and writing down for you, and I have revealed to you everything and given you books concerning all these. So perverse, so preserve, my son Methuselah, the books from your father's hand, and see that you deliver them to the generations of the world. I have given wisdom to you and to your children, and your children that will be to you, that they may give it to their children for generations, this wisdom, namely that passes their thought. And those who understand it will not sleep, but will listen with the ear, that they may learn this wisdom, and it will please those that eat thereof better than good food. Blessed are the righteous, blessed are all those who walk in the way of the righteousness, and sin not as the sinners. In the reckoning of all their days in which the sun traverses the heaven, entering into the departing from the portals for 30 days with the heads of thousands of the order of the stars, together with the four which are interrelated, intercalated, which divide the four portions of the year, which lead them and enter with them 4 days. Owing to them, men will be at fault and not reckon them in the whole reckoning of the year. Yea, men will be at fault and not recognize them accurately. For they belong to the reckoning of the year and are truly recorded thereon forever. One in the first portal, and one in the third, and one in the fourth, and one in the sixth. And the year is completed in 364 days. And the account thereof is accurate, and the recorded reckoning thereof exact. For the luminaries, and months, and festivals, and days, and years, has Uriah shown and revealed to me, to whom the Lord of the whole creation of the world has subjected the host of heaven. And he has power over night and day in the heaven to cause a light to give light to men, sun, moon, and stars, and all the powers of the heaven which revolve in their circular chariots. And those are the orders of the stars which set in their places and in their seasons and festivals and months. And these are the names of those who lead them, who watch that they enter at their times, in their orders, in their season, in their months, in their periods of dominion, and in their positions. Therefore, leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year enter first, and after them the 12 leaders of the orders who divide the months. And for 360 days there are heads over thousands who divide the days. And for the four intercalary days there are the leaders which sunder the 4 parts of the year. And these heads over thousands are intercalated between leader and leader, each behind a station, but their leaders make the division. And these are the names of the leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year which are ordained: Michael, Hemelech, and Malajal, and Nerel. And the names of those who lead them: Adnarel, and Ijashuel, and Elamelel. These three follow the leaders of the orders, and there is one that follows the three leaders of the orders, which follow those leaders of stations that divide the 4 parts of the year. In the beginning of the year, Mechajel rises first and rules, who is named Tamanani and son, and all the days of his dominion while he bears rule and are 91 days. And these are the signs of the days which are to be seen on earth in the day of his dominance: sweat and heat and calms, and all trees bear fruit, and leaves are produced on all the trees, and the harvest of wheat, and the rose flowers, and all the flowers which come out in the field. But the trees of the winter season become withered. And these are the names of the leaders which are under them: Berkael, Zelebzel, and another who is added ahead of 1,000, called Hilusajeph. And the days of the dominion of this leader are at an end. The next leader after him is Elimelech, whom one names and the shining sun. And all the days of his light are 91 days. And these are the signs of his days on the earth: glowing heat and dryness. And the trees ripen their fruits and produce all their fruits ripe and ready. And the sheep pair and become pregnant, and all the fruits of the earth are gathered in, and everything that is in the fields and the wine presses. These things take place in the days of his dominion. These are the names of the orders of the leaders of those heads of thousands: Gilda, Iljael, Kael, and Hael. The name of the head of 1,000, which is added to them, Asphael, and the days of his dominion are added in. And now, my son, chapter 83, I'm sorry. And now, my son Methuselah, I will show you all my visions which I have seen, recounting them before you. Two visions I saw before I took a wife, and the one was quite unlike the other. The first, when I was learning to write, the second, before I took your mother, when I saw a terrible vision. And regarding them, I prayed to the Lord. I had laid me down in the house of my grandfather, Mahalalel, when I saw in a vision how the heaven collapsed and was borne off and fell to the earth. And when it fell to the earth, I saw how the earth was swallowed up in a great abyss. And mountains were suspended on mountains, and hills sank down on hills, and high trees were rent from their stems and hurled down and sunk in the abyss. And immediately a word fell into my mouth, and I lifted up my voice to cry aloud and said, the earth is destroyed. And my grandfather Mahalalel waked me as I lay near him and said unto me, why do you cry so, my son? And why do you make such lamentation? And I recounted to him the whole vision which I had seen, and he said to me, a terrible thing have you seen, my son, and of grave moment is your dream vision as to the secrets of all the sin of the earth. It must sink into the abyss and be destroyed with a great destruction. And now, my son, arise and make petition to the Lord of glory, since you are a believer, that a remnant may remain on the earth, and that he may not destroy the whole earth. My son, from heaven all this will come upon the earth, and upon the earth there will be great destruction. And that I arose and I prayed and implored and sought and wrote down my prayer for the generations of the world. And I will show everything to you, my son Methuselah. And when I had gone out below and seen the heaven and the sun rising in the east, and the moon setting in the west, and a few stars, and the whole earth, and everything as he had known it in the beginning, then I blessed the Lord of judgment and extolled him, because he had made the sun to go out from the windows of the east. And he ascended and rose on the face of the heaven, and set out and kept traversing the path shown unto him. Amen.